Hello, everyone. Let me get my little guy up. Sorry, I was having a little technical difficulties with the chat merger. Can someone in Twitch chat please spam something in chat? Okay, you're not allowed to do that. You get permanently banned if you do that one, pal. Okay, I see you guys in Twitch chat now. All right, let's pop open. Hooray! Hello. Oh, it crashed immediately when I tried to open my PNG. Okay, there we go. We did not crash this time. We're good. We don't need no need for spamming no more. The YouTube and Twitch chat are perfectly integrated now. But we do need to hit Twitch with some ads so we don't have pre-rolls. So enjoy the ad break, non-subs, and we're going to play some daily MTG games. Red 2 mentions if or unless Enchanter's Bane does damage unless they choose to sacrifice the enchantment. Has been printed at common. CMC2 red spell printed at common. Oh, what's good in Pauper? I don't. Fuck. It's the one loot. Grab the prize. Mentions block. Goblin Tunneler. Blue CMC5 mentions block. So I'm thinking of something that can't be blocked. Oh, hang on. I need to turn on the window capture. I'm very brilliant. Haha. Okay, blue 5 mana value needs to say the word block. There's that one knight that's an Azorius color identity, but I forget its name. It's like a 2/5 that says it can't be blocked, but I don't know any other 5-drop blue creatures that can't. I mean, can you just do a flying creature? The Oracle text for flying, okay. Five drop at common, Lorien revealed. This one was for science chat. Does it need to be a creature? No. Stick with me, chat. I don't know how to spell Lorien. Okay, Lorien revealed. Maybe it was because it has an accent. Lorien revealed. If or unless, blue. Hypothesizzle. No. I thought Hypothesizzle did say that. I need to look at this card. Draw 2 cards, then you may discard. When you do, not if you do. Fuck. That was just bad. That was just bad. that one was just nope. That would just be missing it. Mentions block CMC 3. Can't be blocked. CMC 3. Or destroy target blocking creature. We'll get back to this. I am mostly over it. I just have some sniffles. And Tyler, thanks for kicking off the donation train on coffee, getting a deck review for next week. All right, let's get into the people who gave me money. I forgot to open the coffee. Let's do that now. Okay, awesome. I have stuff crashing already because I have too much stuff open. Oh, wow. This is very slow. Would a shadow creature work? Probably, but flying didn't work, which has me a little concerned about that prospect. Quit Discord. Quit Steam. Okay. I now have enough RAM to do things that I want to do. Okay. Sunday deck reviews. Oh, you were. Thanks for subbing to the YouTube channel. Or to the YouTube channel, to the Twitch channel. I don't actually need the alerts open because it just puts them in chat. Thank you, Ewert, for the tier 1. All right, let's see here. Do we have Charlie? How are you feeling, Elk? I'm doing completely fine. I literally just like have some residual sinus objects that are currently draining. Like that's literally all that's left. I have a light cough as well. All right, Charlie's here. Music loud. I forgot. I did turn up my music just in general. Holy fuck, we have Asmira. Deck aims to repeatedly sack and recur creatures to value. This was previously a Safi deck. Also, Hype Train started. Thank you, Doggo Delirium, for starting the scam train on Twitch here. Was hoping to do the other deck if you remember. Okay, I see. So that was sent through DMs. Just shoot me a DM on Discord, and then you'll be put to the top, and then I can click on you. Or if it was in the coffee DMs, I'll open that now. Charlie, you did DM me on Discord. Or on coffee. So, love your channel. Okay. Deck aims to use clones and theft to generate value and control the board, and use Nin with other wizard synergies. I'm trying to stay away from too many wheels and lean into the cuter options for card draw and control. No combos. I'd like to have only 1 or 2 game changers or hate cards in the list. Main issue is closing out the game. I'd like to be able to set up an engine regularly, but mentioned struggle to close out. Would welcome any thoughts, particularly if it's French or unique. I do love Nin. Okay. So I'm already sensing a little bit of tension that you want to use Nin to win. It rhymes. But we have all sorts of things in here that have me a little weirded out. Like, I don't know if I like Alondra or even Psychosis Crawler. I think we want to, because Alondra kind of implies that you want to target yourself to get the card draw, and Razorkin Needlehead's kind of implying that you want to blast opponents. Psychosis Crawler, once again, implying that you want the draw, but then, you know, like you have other things that are like, I ping my opponents, but I sometimes ping me. I like the Charisma. Yo, Maul, thanks for the raid. Old stream title. Oh, fuck! Maul's calling me out. No. No, my Twitch is fucked. I need to update my stream title. Edit stream info. Title. Earache Survivor. Streaming. I'm just gonna cut the custom cards with Maultown. It's just Earache Survivor streaming. Okay. So, welcome Mauled Raiders. Hello. We are looking at Nin the Pain Artist. YouTube too. You're lying to me. It's apology stream. No, I've changed the YouTube stream title. Fuck you. Don't gaslight me, Robert Longnecker. Are you kidding? What a username. Okay. Random Scryfall card. How would you do Ketchermos? On his back in the kitchen, screaming. That's how I do Ketchermos. Lemon Splah. Hey, Stella Luna, thanks for the 28 viewers. Raid after raid. Screaming? Yes. Oh, fuck. Welcome all raiders. You've entered at an interesting time. Mortal's Ardor. +1/+1 life link isn't bad. This has got it really crept though, because there's the one that gives indestructible. Take up the shield. On his back. Okay, I am so sorry to the person we're doing the deck review to. We're doing well, Kuro. Welcome, welcome. We should probably look at this deck a little. All right. I do like the theft angle you have going on. What song is this? If you look in the upper, right above me, Baconator. This is Robert O'Sullivan. I'm stupid. That's not his name. Gilbert O'Sullivan. Robert's on the mind. Someone named Robert was dropping some funny messages in chat. Isn't Ketchermos tall so? Oh yeah, I'm not sick anymore. Okay. I like the theft. Holy shit. Thank you for gifting a sub to Good Girl Zoria, an anonymous gifter. Okay. Discard a card from your hand, gain control of target creature until end of turn. I think we've... What are we doing that's cute with this card? Or is this just like a kind of middling theft effect? Because I like that you can steal a creature to block with. That's fun. I don't know if we're necessarily in the market for that when we have so many political options and creature removal here. So I think Chamber Manipulation is my first cut from here. It has cute tricks with it, but I'm not sure if like it's doing what we want. I like the charisma, but is our mana base supporting triple blue? Not quite. And we do need to be supporting triple blue. So let's get rid of Reliquary Tower. Because you really can't get greedy with a triple blue spell. I think you need 30. Let me pop up in my Sea Monsters deck. Because I'm running... This is a Simic deck. But I'm running enough lands to support Cryptic Command. So you need even more than I'm running here. Because you want a 3-drop on curve. It needs to be 34 or 35 blue sources to cast it consistently. Maybe you're fine casting it on turn 4. But the point is I'm running this many so I consistently get Cryptic Command in this deck. And sometimes, like, I can whiff. So, like, we need to build with charisma in mind. Like, we can't just hope for the best. I would like to see this high market maybe become a Lazotep Quarry. O-Tag Filter land. Would you run Reliquary Tower over a multicolor land? No. What? Huh? I just cut it from the deck. Or is Filterland? Because the Cascade Bluffs is fucking stupid for making restrictive costs really good. If anyone has Blood Moon, you're probably no longer casting triple blues. Well, we're not thinking about Blood Moon. This is not bracket 4. Let's get a Lorien revealed. This is just a land that also just gets blue for you. Why would you even mention that name exactly? Okay, so now we're at 22, which is still not enough. We'll get back to the land base as we cut some more cards here. So why are we cloning? Let me reread the coffee blurb. The deck aims to use clones and thefts to generate value with Nin and other wizard synergies. So like, why is cloning really required here? Like, I like the Will Breaker. You steal their creature. You like, this is cool. I'm not so much in on the cloning unless we have like a plan with this. Like, do we have a plan with cloning, or are we just fucking cloning for fun? This feels too expensive. I mean, what decks would you run Reliquary Tower? In any deck where there's hand size matter stuff, like this one kind of has that, but Triskaidekaphile, read the first sentence. Yeah, I think we're going to go off of cloning. Like, I don't feel like we need as many clones. Even Princess Galena is actually like kind of really expensive to activate. I like the Brash Taunter. Ooh, I kind of like Psychosis Crawler. It's tough. What are we doing with Third Path Iconoclast? We cast it on creature, of which we only have, what is this, 15, 25? Okay, we do have a decent amount of non-creatures. So you make tokens and then blast the tokens to draw. I could see it. Nine or more cards in hand, flip it. Target player draws X cards, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Okay. That's not the worst. A little bit of a headache to flip, though. You said you wanted to get off wheels. Let's get off wheels, like, completely. Like, let's just not wheel at all. And let's sort of bring out what makes Nin sort of unique. Even Thought Vessel, I'm not a big fan of. Like, what are we ramping into? Like, I know we're ramping into Nin, but we want a lot of mana for Nin. We don't want, like, I have 1 or 2 more mana. I want, like, a fuckload more mana for Nin. God, I really want to add a Mana Geyser to this deck, but it's really not consistent to make a ton of mana with that way. The Fling also feels a little weird. Like, that should probably be a Kazul's Fury if you wanted a single copy of Fling. Spell Pierce. Gilded Lowe's time. I mean, it's fine. We want more land space. Yeah, I know. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. Trust, trust. Ominous Seas. Not a big fan. Just making 8/8s isn't that big of a deal. Stuffy Doll. Stuffy Doll is interesting. I am a little bit off Stuffy Doll just because Brash Taunter does do that job infinitely better. Like, the fact that you don't have to target an opponent for Brash Taunter and you can literally just, like, change it up as the game evolves is very good. I don't know how to feel about profs. I don't like a lot of these cards because they feel like they're like you're already assuming you're winning with a lot of these cards. Charisma is not like that though. Will Breaker's not like that. Okay, maybe we get rid of Vidalcan Shackles. Because I do like some of the theft, but I like the theft when it's like targeting with the ping. Jessica's Will. I think I do like Jessica's Will. I think that's going to be the first like major, like this is a ritual that you kind of just need to run. Let me check the budget. Okay, there's no mention of budget, but just this is, let's just run this. This is the one game changer I recommend. Just because you can force feed someone cards as well and then get a huge mana bump and then force feed them more cards. I would like to see some wizard cycling, like low key. Because Step Through is just such a fun card to play with. And this is a wizard's deck at its core. So for 2 mana, you can Demonic Tutor for a wizard, basically. And you're kind of spoiled for choice with this deck. Harbinger of the Seas is very dangerous, and we should not probably be running it at this bracket. If it's fine in your play group, that's great, but... Befallen Archmage. Vidalcan. I'm not adding Vidalcan Archmage. I'm not a big fan of it. Insert creative name. Thanks for getting a deck review for next week. How do I submit a deck review? Through the coffee. So, no, I'm not a furry starry-eyed Nightwing. But if I was a furry, my persona would be cooler than yours. Am I not understanding the presence of Toothy? Toothy just kind of grows, right? Yeah, and then you draw a fuckload of cards when it leaves. Excuse me. All right, so we've added wizard cycling because the coolest thing this deck does is Willbreaker. Full stop. I like Willbreaker the most in this list. This is cool. Let's get Shadow of the Second Sun. This not only resets all of your mana, but it also untaps Nin. So you can go Shadow of the Second Sun, untap everything, and then it also untaps all your lands. So the first turn you get it for is free. And then you blast something with Nin. And then in the future, you can sorcery speed Nin and still untap to use Nin. And this is better than the Sphinx because it is way, way less mana. It is 6 mana instead of 8, which is just such a insane difference. Yeah, Willbreaker with Deep Glow Skate is broken. It's incredibly strong. When did Americans start saying full stop? I'm not Canadian. I don't know. I feel like I've heard full stop pretty frequently in America. Oh, you know what? Northern Lion. That's the answer. It's Northern Lion. If you're going to have one clone in your deck, I want it to be Rite of Replication. So, oh, you already have Rite. Okay, great. My eyes just glazed over it. So, the great thing with Rite of Replication is if you Willbreaker in play, and then you go Rite of Replication kicked on your creature, that's fucking hilarious. Because you steal their creature, and then you get 5 fucking copies of it. Oh, someone subbed, but I can't see who. Killer B 15432. Thank you. So, let's move on. More draw punishers. I'm going to look up the syntax of Razorkin Needlehead here. Llama Nada, thank you. And a Cookie Bandit, thank you. Or followed. Sorry, I don't have the, hi, Bandit. I have all the things mixed up in this because my events manager crashed, so I just have to go off the chat, which puts everything in there. An opponent draws a card. Consecrated Sphinx. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may draw 2 cards. That's fucking hilarious. I get not wanting to put it in. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player loses 1 life. Beautiful. Scrawling Crawler in. I knew there was one we were missing. Yeah, we're going to add more lands, chat. Don't worry. Everyone, pause the add more land suggestions. We're going to get this up to 40. I refuse to miss a land drop in this deck. Do you think Thought Sponge would work well in here? Let's see. No, and the reason why is because you have to play this on a Nin turn after you've activated Nin, and then you need 4 more mana to do this. I don't like it. I kind of just like thermonuclear bomb you. Trace, thank you. Hang on, I'm just going to get a Twitch viewer count here. I am curious. 186, wow. The raids today really done a number on my ego. They're inflated to oblivion. First review halfway through the slots. Yeah, I know. There might be a price increase in future, guys. Get these while you can. It's been selling out very fast recently. I don't know about Chasm Stalker. I've always been so low on Chasm Stalker. Remove all basic lands. I think you're insane. I think I will be removing a basic mountain or 2, but that's besides the point. I don't love Chasm Stalker. Neither do I. We're twinning. So I'm looking for sources that are just, they can tap for blue, period. So I don't like the filter land in this deck because we do need to support Charisma. I like River Prior Verge. Shivan Reef needs to be in. Do you have suggestions to support Cryptic Command / Archmage's Charm on a budget besides 40 plus lands? No. You really just need to respect mana. You can't do a 50-50 split and have Archmage's Charm in your deck. And the reason is you can do that, but you need to just be ready to cast that spell on turn 6 and tap out of all of your blue to do so. Which is just really not where you want to be ever when supporting a card. Like, you should just support a good mana base. I refuse to deviate from the sacred text of Karsten here. So note that this doesn't count fetch lands. So let's get Fabled Passage in here. So what are sources that don't produce red? Or that only produce red? 6. 6. So we have 33 blues only, and then we also have Lorien Revealed. So we now have 34. I do like the Cephalid's Coliseum recommendation. Cephalid Coliseum is very funny for this deck. This deck already has a lot of fetch lands in it. I don't feel like we need that many more. This deck already actually runs quite a few. But yes, now you're supporting Charisma perfectly fine. You will cast this on curve every single game, period. Mystic Sanctuary, I don't know. We have a high blue count, but we don't have a high island count. 14 islands. Is that enough? I don't know. I would like to see an Arcane Laboratory. This is rule of law in blue. And the joke here with Arcane Laboratory is that, yes, you force your opponent to draw 50 cards. You punch them in the mouth when they do so as well. But, and this is the major point, they can only play one of those on their turn. So even though you give them incredible advantage and you nuke them while doing so, you're not feeding them a win because they have to also answer the Arcane Laboratory. And this doesn't hurt you as much as you think it is because you have a ton of instants for value and you have an activated ability. I'm going to add Braid of Fire. What do we think, chat? Do you like Braid of Fire? Just upkeep, upkeep, upkeep. You get more and more mana, and then eventually you can like Nin Blast for free. I think it's a little slow, but I think it's also kind of interesting in this deck, where Braid of Fire used to be this like huge sort of card, but now it's sort of fallen off. I prefer Thran Turbine, maybe. Thran Turbine has way lower of a ceiling. Like, it's actually significant. Tap duels are fine. Like, the first Surveillance would probably be pretty decent. Yeah, but when we're looking at Pemin's aura, we're failing to see the fact that if you have like 50 plus mana and can abuse it well, you're just abusing Nin well, period. Illusionist Bracers, I'm a little bit down on. I don't know how to feel about it. Honestly, Myriad Landscape might be pretty fucking good in this deck. And I shit on this card all the time, but low-key, I think it's actually very good here. Just because you are very instant speed controlling. Yeah, Fairy Mastermind's in. We're not drawing the whole deck, I feel. If you want Go-Go Master of Mimicry is actually insane here. This is such a good ramp piece. It's absurd. Especially with all the fetch lands you're already running. And the wizard cycling. You can wizard cycle for Go-Go. He's a wizard. I think this is a Go-Go deck, chat. You just... So many fetch lands. Oh, is Lap Mana in? Yeah, I probably shouldn't be. But Go-Go with all these fetch lands is like... Holy shit. What other interesting effects can you copy with Go-Go? Well, the fucking commander. But beyond this, each player draws a card on the scrolling crawler. There's a lot of triggered abilities in here. All right, let's look at Peregrine Dynamo. That's not a commander. Okay, so shouldn't you run Windfall with all the card draw hate? No. We cut Windfall. The person said, hey, don't add more wheels. I don't really like wheels that much. And I'm inclined to just say, you don't need to. You don't need to run wheels. It's okay. I think you could cut Snapcaster Mage. No. I really like Snapcaster in this deck with the Flame of Anor. Like, Snapcaster's doing enough. It's okay. You can just run Snapcaster. It's a cool thing to wizard cycle for. I'm not that interested in copying Nin's ability beyond the fact that we already have Go-Go. Like, Go-Go's just good with the fetch lands. So what's next? Frantic Search is fine. I don't mind it. Consult the Star Charts is also good, but I do like the idea of copying Shadow of the Second Sun a lot. And we already have a ton of enchantments, so maybe Estrid's Invocation just kind of is cool. You can also do Mirror Maid. No, I mean with Go-Go. Ah, that is cool. No, that wins, right? Isn't that a combo? What the fuck? Beginning of each player's post-combat main phase, you copy it. No, you can't. It's not a combo, but like you copy it a ton with Go-Go. Yeah, I still like the Mirror Maid and Estrid's Invocation here. Court of Vantress. I might like that more. Shadow is not a trigger. You're just incorrect. At is a indication of a trigger, right? At whenever or when is a trigger. So this is a trigger that goes on the stack, and you can copy it there. Wow, I really like this. Yeah, Court of Vantress is cool here as well. Do you think we need more ramp? Yes. Or at least we need more Shadow of the Second Sun bullshit where we're untapping everything. Elementalist palette, I was actually thinking about. Let's read this because I'm not sure entirely what it does. Add one of any color. Whenever you cast a spell with X at its mana cost, you put 2 charge counters on this. And how many X spells are we running? 0. So Enigma Jewel might be worthwhile, but I do like Empowered Auto Generator. It is slow. I'm fine with cutting Baral. Copy enchantment, it is not Mirror Maid again. Mirror Maid copies an artifact or enchantment. That artifact mode is huge. I don't know if I like Victory Chimes. Unstoppable Plane then? No, Unstoppable Plane does not untap our lands. High Tide. Maybe. Maybe Chimera. I think I would want to add the first... the lens. Fuck. It's been selling since I've added to a deck. Extra planar lens. And then you go full, like, island mode. We would have to change this mana base completely. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to even add Victory Chimes. It's just so far away from being, like, good. Unwind and Rewind. We can run Unwind. I would just prefer 2 mana counter spells, though. Or Rewind is better, my bad. I thought this was the 4 mana one. I do like Sunken Palace. I just don't know what we're copying that we really care about. I'm going to put in Long River's Pole. An actual counter spell. Because we are just heavily blue. I also do like Archmage's Charm. Oop, whoops. And maybe we go down... Oh, you can also copy Psychosis Crawler. Oh, it copies abilities too. I completely forgot. Yes, let's add Sunken Palace immediately. We don't want... Okay, let's say Adric did go infinite. I don't think Adric does go infinite. Yeah, no, this doesn't go infinite. Because you get it at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, and then by the time it's actually on the stack and untapping everything, it's already your end step. But on top of that, we do not want to add infinites to this deck. That is part of the restrictions. Teferi's Temporal Mastery, I'm not a big fan of. Okay, so we have 2 cuts to make. We can cut a island. And this is because we already have Lorien revealed, so this is already meeting 40. How do you feel about Theft's effects? Let's use our abilities removal. Yes, we already have Theft effects. Do not worry. We run the good ones. We have Charisma. We have Willbreaker. Teferi Temporal Master. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay. Let's just get rid of the Locust God, I think. All right. Let's play Test. We are lightly fucked on the mana here. That's fine. So here I'm low-key like wanting to wizard cycle. And get go. This would involve changing a lot of the bones of the deck to... I don't think it's entirely wrong to go on a more artifact bend, but it would require so much retuning that this would basically become a new deck. Okay, here's where you go Willbreaker. All right, we're turn 5, and then you think, draw a card, steal a creature. So this is just like an incredibly broken situation you have yourself in already. The other person draws a card. Vanilla Spoon, read Willbreaker. Don't embarrass yourself in Twitch chat, Vanilla Spoon. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes the target of a spell or ability you control, you gain control of that creature. You target their creature with Nin. You gain control of it. You are now the controller of that creature. You draw that many cards. Yes, you are the controller, chat! This goes on the stack before it resolves! Ah! Reading the card, etc., stuff and things. Anytime we have Willbreaker and all that, you feel like you're winning. Lotus Field, I don't know how to feel. I only really like Lotus Field when you can stifle it. It's why, yeah, Charisma is mid here, but Charisma is just good enough that I'm fine running it. Like, this is totally fine to be running. I kind of want to find a way to protect our board more than anything. Like, we have so many counter spells, but I kind of just want something passively sitting around that just fuck you. Like, that's just all the card says. And I'm trying to think of something other than Kira Great Glass Spinner, because it doesn't matter. Yeah, Charisma is worse infinitely than Willbreaker, but the point is that it's fun and interesting. So here it is. Spellskite. Okay, I can get around Spellskite. Excuse me. Kasmina protects wizards. Persist Fairy. It's funny. Cloud of the Dominus is fine, but I want something board wide. Hydrolex, I don't want to cut any more fetchables. No, I don't like that at all. Lost in the Maze. Ooh, I kind of like Lost in the Maze, but you need to find a way to tap Will Breaker at instant speed, which is tough. That's really hard. Flusterstorm. Yeah, like, we already have a ton of counters. Narset. Maze lets you tap him, just put an extra mana onto it. Yeah, but that's like, we're entering the realm of counterspell, and I want something that's passively protecting everything. Not something that just... Yeah, like, I like, not something that I have to spend more mana on. I kind of just want something that I set and forget. And it protects the whole board. Kira Glassspinner is the closest thing I can think of that does this, but I don't like how it non-bows with the fact that we can't shoot our own creatures with Nin. Because this it doesn't care who made the ability, it will counter it. Even your own. Which is non-bow potential, which I don't really like. It feels like only green and white have this sort of effect that gives everything hexproof. Caliphate. Okay, this is the first time we've reached some sort of... No. This is worse than Kismina in my mind. I don't like that it's only one more to cast. Maybe the counter spells are just fine. Maybe I'm freaking out over nothing. Everything here works at instant speed anyway, so you can just... Maybe just hold up the counter spells. Yeah, that's fucking rotten. Alright, I think I'm ready to drop this in chat. We've made Willbreaker a lot more consistent to get. We added Go-Go to this deck that obviously needed Go-Go. I'd work on getting more blue fetches in the deck. There is a very expensive room that gives everything X-proof, but the other mode of that room is white, so we can't run it. Why Rewind over Unwind? If you read the cards, you can tell that they're different. This one counters any spell. That's the main reason. March of Swirling Mist is phasing. Yes, that is true. All right, let's move on. Thank you, Charlie. Matilda. With an Aminatou Veil Piercer deck. That's me. Great. So, Matilda. This is the current iteration of the upgraded precon of Miracle Worker from Duskborn. I bought the precon when it came out and immediately fell in love. Unfortunately, it was slightly dysfunctional out of the box due to the lack of card draw and win cons. I really like how enchantments sit on the board, generically don't get board wiped, and slowly accumulate value the longer the game goes on. The deck wins in a few different ways, but the main goal is to outvalue my opponents over the course of a long game by cheating out lots of mana worth of stuff. My most explosive win condition is Omniscience compared with either... Well, Omniscience, period. Paired with either Mason, Enchantress, or Entity Tracker, preferably with a token generator that procs when I cast enchantments with Ancient Seller spawn out. That's funny. Didn't it have an infinite in the precon? No, the Simone one did, though. Oh, or maybe it did. It had the Ondu Spirit Dancer with the room that made everything into enchantments. That is technically an infinite, yes. Okay. So... At one point, the deck also had Approach of the Second Sun in it and attempt to play it and then replay it via Omniscience. Ah, yeah, no, don't fuck with that. You could run it, but you would want Narset's Reversal and you'd want Reprieve. Because what you can do with Approach of the Second Sun is bounce it back to your hand and then recast it to win. That's the major way you abuse Approach of the Second Sun. My playgroup uses a slightly odd budgeting system where no single card can be worth €20 unless it's the commander and it came in the precon it was upgraded from. So try to keep this in mind with recommendations, please. This means Sensei's Dividing Top is too expensive. I'd rather not purchase... Okay, so let's duplicate. There's a lot of things wrong with this list in my mind that we can kind of just immediately upgrade it for very, very cheap. Yeah, Porton is not the first top deck manipulator I would add. It's Brain Surge. Brain Surge is very good. Brainstorm is also really good. Draw 3, put 2 on top. Draw 4, put 2 on top. Yeah, the Brain Brothers are here. I don't know if I like Explorer Scope as much, although it's fine. Brainstone, we're getting a little bit too cute, I think. So, let's talk about Ghostly Prison and why it's awful. And the same thing goes for Propaganda. Really not into it. I like it a lot more in a deck where you copy it. That's funny. I like copying it quite a bit. However, I'm not super in on a lot of the weirder top ends. Like, I don't know if I like Debtor's Knell. Yeah, believe it or not, it's Nate. I have the same opinions that I do on the podcast that I'm on, because it's also me. I just don't like 5-color creature type focus commanders, Lord Xavier. I just feel like it makes things too easy. It makes it kind of just the best in show. It really just limits your decision making when, like, let's say they printed a 5-color zombies commander that was decent. Like, why would you go to Esper Zombies? Is Aminatou basically the only miracle commander? No. I've considered Falco Spara, a lot of other things that do top deck manipulation very well. Anything that can do top deck manipulation is very good for miracles. That's a promise. Do miracle cheated rooms enter fully unlocked? No. You get to unlock one. Okay, I do not know how to feel about Athreos the Shroud Veiled. I've seen it cast in this precon before, and it really doesn't do much. Extravagant Replication. Non-land permanent copies. It's kind of funny. I think I'm going to axe it, though. The One Reborn. I'm just getting rid of expensive enchantments that just feel like they're kind of expensive just to be expensive, and they're not actually really high value. Okay, here's what I'm going to add in place of the Ghostly Prison and the other thing I cut, the Propaganda. This is something I add to every deck that has this sort of, like, I really want to pillow fort up. It's Solitary Confinement. Beginning of your upkeep, you sacrifice it unless you discard a card. You skip your draw step, and you have Shroud, and you prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. Now, what's interesting about this in a Miracle deck is skipping your draw step is sometimes upside, because you can stack the top of your library with Aminatou, and then just wait until something's broken's on top, and then you can actively proc a card draw off of something like a Brainstorm or off of one of your Enchantress effects. And you can do it at instant speed on your opponent's turn, whatever have you. So I'm going to add a few cards that help support the discarding here. And this is the Courts. Huh? Oh, this is... I'm a stupid idiot. You shouldn't... Court of. Haha. So, the Courts. I like Court of Cunning. Milling is very good for you. You have Hall of Heliod's Generosity in your deck. Court of Vantress, copying your other enchantments. Court of Ardenvale is normally pretty good. I am a little bit less in on it in this deck just because you have such high mana values. And you're not really sacking a lot of small cost objects. Milliken I don't like. Library of Lang I don't like. I'm going to add, though, I'm going to remove an island. Yeah, I'll remove an island for Hilaria West. And this is because this tutors for Hall of Heliod's Generosity, which is just such a valuable object in your deck. Also, I will be cutting Terramorphic Expanse. And if you're also running Evolving Wilds, I'm cutting that. Okay, great. We just add Ash Barrens. Add Ash Barrens. Simple as that. This still shuffles your library. This still is a tap land, but it just have the modality to play it as an untapped land if you desire. Also, you can run Landscape. You already have Contaminate Landscape. Brilliant. Yeah, just run the Ash Barrens over the tap. Are we running any removal? Probably. There's a lot of good enchantment removal. Okay, Sphere of Safety I'm normally higher up on, but I'm going to be cutting it as well. Okay, I'm gonna add Perplex. Perplex is a counter spell that's pretty soft, but it can tutor directly for Solitary Confinement. It can tutor directly for Court of Cunning, and it can also directly tutor for your Ancient Cellar Spawn, or your Entity Tracker, or a Mesa Enchantress, right? Like, just fucking boom, it gets everything you want. I don't like Greed either, but Greed combos very nicely with the Solitary Confinement, so I'm going to keep the Greed in. I would prefer if this was an Erebos, but Erebos is too expensive, I think. No, he's not. $10 is within the budget. I would just run an Erebos instead. I kind of like the life gain prevention that he has. And also, it's just like, you're using all of your mana. And the reason, yeah, Miracle dodges timing effects. Should you add a Phyrexian Arena? I am going to say maybe. It wouldn't be insane to add Phyrexian Arena to this deck, especially since you can copy it with a lot of different copy effects in the deck, and it also synergizes well with the Solitary Confinement. Under connections is better. That's not necessarily true. Yeah, like, what if you copy Court of Vantress with copy enchantment? I'm not sure. That's probably a question for someone smarter than me. Okay, I'm going to add Omen of the Sea. Ripples of Undeath is about $10. I don't know how I feel about adding it, but Omen of the Sea is very good because you can cast this, draw a card, sacrifice it, and then what you can do, hopefully, is Hall of Heliod's Generosity it back. It's kind of funny. I also just like that it's a certain free entrapment trigger. It's also just a scry. It's a cantrip. It's nice. I would like to see more removal. Yeah, I don't know if I like Verge Rangers. Reality Chip. We're getting too anxious about, like, ooh, is the top of my library an enchantment? Just like, we surveil 2 on our upkeep. It's okay. It's okay. Counterbalance, we don't have enough top deck manipulation. I would want to add Scroll Rack, and Scroll Rack's too expensive. Ghostly Dancers is a threat that we probably don't need. I also don't like Archetype of Imagination as much. Okay, so... Enhanced Surveillance is kind of funny, because you get to look at 4 cards with Aminatou in play. Let's just add Phyrexian Arena. Why not? It's rare that it gets its chance to shine. It's funny. Let's do it. Yeah, Thought Render Lamia is probably good enough. Just because doing double black for it is incredibly strong. My pause with it, though, is that we just have a lot of enchantments that are just so expensive unless we're miracling them. Does Life Moss matter with Solitary Confinement? Yes. You will get drained by a Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Elk, are you okay? I'm concerned for you now. Oh, because I put in Phyrexian Arena. Phyrexian Arena is fine in this deck, chat. It's very rare that it's good. I like it in this deck, though. It's cool. It's cool. It works with Solitary Confinement very well in this list. Let's go ahead and add the Estrids. It's very cheap now. Future Sight are too expensive. I think Future Sight's fine. I like it. Yeah, if you have enough extra draws, Solitary Confinement just owns. It's ridiculous. Let's get Darksteel mutation. Ooh, Pariah. Chat. Holy shit. So Pariah is a card that is very good. And the simple reason is it's just a removal spell. You put it on the most dangerous thing, that thing dies, and you fog combat once. But if Erebos is a creature, if Darksteel Mutation is on a creature already, and you enchant it with Pariah, you become immortal. You just become immortal. And the fact that the floor of Pariah is this creature dies, you're set. It's fine. Great job. Wither, though. Who cares? Yeah, that's going to come up, chatter. There's counterplay, though. Streamer, there's counterplay. I do like Amphibian Downpour. I'm going to put that in. Just because it triggers so nicely with the entity tracker. We could also add the cursed roll. Asinine Antics. Like, Outswords to Plowshares. Maybe, yeah. No, Invasion of Theros can stay. I like that it's a constellation style thing. Out Elspeth Conquers Death. And then Asinine Antics with any entity tracker style effect. Well, like, yeah, like I'm cutting Swords to Plowshares because we put in Darksteel Mutation. Like, it's fine. We have more removal. So the joke here is Asinine Antics makes a bunch of enchantment tokens. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. Getting 3 of these Virtual Paws is just fine. That's 3 constellation triggers, 3 eerie triggers, what have you. Okay, let's play test. Let's crack this for a blue. Maybe should have gotten a Plains in hindsight, but that's fine. This still taps for black. This still taps for white. We're good. Pass. Aha. Pariah your creature to draw a card. This creature dies. Like, literally, that's like, great. Stop some damage to myself and I killed your creature. Like, nasty. You can also Master of Keys it back every single turn. Holy fucking shit. Disgusting. Okay, here we go. Speaking of disgusting, entity tracker in play, Asinine Antics. Let's say each opponent has 2 creatures in play. That just happens. And you turn them all into 1/1s. Next turn, when you Doomwake Giant, they're all gonna fucking die. So, yeah. Asinine Antics is very good. Cleansing Meditation returns everything, right? After blowing everything up. That's kind of interesting. Fall from Favor. It's okay. I like the other. Curve is still kind of clunky. Yeah, I agree. But, like, look at this game. And, like, it's pretty decent overall. I think the main thing I'm missing, or that I hate, is Hollowed Haunting and these other token generator style of effects. I don't feel like they're really needed. I also don't really like the Soaring Lightbringer. It feels a little slow. The Lightbringer. Yeah, I just don't like the token gen. I don't like monologue tax. Very low impact. Let's just look at enchantments and just sort of like sort by price. I think you were running Debtor's Knell. How much is Virtue of Persistence? Locthwain Scorn? Yeah, it's only $7 or $5. This is something very good to Miracle in, and then it's also just a removal spell. Other good expensive enchantments. Well, pause. Let's add one of my favorite cards to add to high mana value decks, especially ones with top deck manipulation. We're going to go ahead and add Keen Duelist. Beginning of your upkeep. You and target opponent each reveal the top card of your library. You each lose life equal to the card revealed by the other person revealed. So we have so much top deck manipulation, and then we have 11 10 drops. But how do we kill people? Here's how we kill people, Monty. Omniscience. Ancient Seller Spawn. Pew, 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 pew. They die. You discard their entire hands with Thought Render Lamia. Like, this deck wins. It will win the game, I promise. You can move to combat, you can kill people. I promise. It'll work. It just works. Okay? Put in hand unfortunately prevents miracling. That's just fine, though. If you have 2 giant enchantments on top, it puts one to your hand, you draw the other one. Or when you surveil 2, put the other thing on top of the enchantment that you want to draw. And then reveal whatever the first thing, and then draw the enchantment and miracle. It's also a card that just also works through this. It has upside, and your commander's not always going to be in play, let's face it. This thing's a kill on sight kind of machine once you cheat out your first couple enchantments. Ancestral Knowledge, let's look. Oh, this is kind of fun. Sure. Divine Intervention, no. Yeah, I think one more counter would probably be okay. I'll probably put in Fear of Imposters. Please. There we go. Fear of Imposters. That is a counterspell. I don't know what summon creatures I'd really be into. No, Overload the Fud Pits helps with the stupid fuck thing. I am a big Shark Typhoon liker. Oh, I really like Penance. It's probably just Sigil. I think this is good to go. Thank you for getting a deck review. I feel like this is going to be a lot more funny. Just because not only do you have a lot more draw, a lot more instant speed interaction, but now you have a lot more of a heavy lock in the deck. And on top of all that, we've gotten a lot back on the token plan, and just like, let's lean more into the Omniscience. Like, it's totally fine to just like, let's try to just get the Omniscience. All right, Late Night. Is Late Night present with us? Jesus Christ. We're about to work Carmen up a little. Okay. Present, hopefully. Well, we can wait for Late Night to appear, I feel. That doesn't sound like enthusiastic consent to do this without Late Night present. Carmen. Oh, that's not a name. Oh, pause. Your name is also just Carmen. I was like, oh, Carmen. Oh, you mean that's the commander in the blurb. No, your name is also just Carmen. Okay, awesome. This deck is designed as a commentary. This deck is designed as commentary. Read the U.S. healthcare system. So forcing people to sacrifice their loved ones for profit via constant edit effects. Reanimating as needed is the name of the game. I have some good history in my pods, but it's been a hot minute since I've been able to play the in-person Magic at my LGS. No budget restrictions because nobody cares about proxies. Just nothing insane. Okay. I'm trying to put this deck from bracket 3 to 4. That's going to be tough. So I can have a metaphorical gun held to my LGS's head. We've got a few guys who either can't or don't understand that people are trying to have fun too. So having this as a tacit play nice or don't play at all is my idea here. And yes, I did choose the commander specifically because your name is also Carmen. So we need to move into mass land destruction if we're going to resiliently be MLDing. Yes, chat. This is very low, but I imagine... Wow. Okay, never mind. We do not have enough to support this. We do, in fact, have a Cataclysm in there. Okay, great. Happy to hear. Let's get Contamination in this deck. So the joke here, Contamination makes everything black mana only. Joke is, oh my goodness, look at me. I'm Carmen, Cruel Sky Marcher. I get to return Contamination without you having to sacrifice anything for the rest of the game. So... yes, you can do that, but also you probably have access to a lot of different little dorks that you can just sacrifice, right? I was expecting to see a Gerard Ghoul Color of Nephalia, but I guess he isn't in here. But yes, Contamination in. So I would like to see a Jadar. Jadar also lets you keep your flesh bags around, which is so much fun. It's just so silly. But recurring the flesh bags, yes, but you could also flicker them, I imagine, right? We have some sort of... no, we don't. Okay. Bummer. But still, Jadar's just very good. It's also just so important for Contamination, and it just gives you a free sack every turn. Because you just sacrifice this permanent at end of combat. At what point do you run Armageddon in this deck? Probably very soon. Luminous Broodmoth. I don't hate Luminous Broodmoth. It's just like a little pricey. Filed Tuber is way too slow for bracket 4. So right now I'm just trying to think about how to lock the game as hard as possible. Because that's kind of where we need to be. And I don't think Key to the City is part of that. And neither is Mithril. I think it's fine if Carmen just goes away. Like, let's just reanimate her. Let's animate dead her. Let's Vat of Rebirth her. Like, we don't need to be all in on protection. And we definitely don't need to be all in on ramp, I don't feel. Like, let's not protect her super hard. I do like Kaya's ghost form the most, yeah. Because it's just super cheap to deploy. Yeah, Boots and Greaves probably has to go. Am I blind? There's no Lightning Greaves in here. So let's get Witch Enchanter. Yeah, we've been Benevolent Bodyguard. All in Baka Escort. Selfless Savior. Anyway. Witch Enchanter in. Bogart Trawler. I don't know if I like Ornithopter Paradise. I think we just have too much ramp is part of the big problem here. Although I do like how it plays with the Cataclysm, right? But ideally you're just casting this when you just have a giant fuck you Carmen and then you just slowly bring everything back. So we're already breaking the parity from the command zone. Any reason why we're not running Imperial Seal? I don't know. It's not the best card. I mean, we can run Imperial Seal. Tithe. Well. Monologue tax. No. Mana Tithe. That's funny, but no, probably not. I think I'm gonna like a Phyrexian Sensor. Maybe an Elishnorn instead of a Sun Titan. Although I do like Sun Titan. What has me a little concerned about Sun Titan is just 6 mana. It's so hard to do. I think maybe a Voice of Victory is probably in order. Yeah, I guess, but it's I'm going down on a lot of ramp. I feel like I kind of just want to stop my opponents from playing instead of removing their things. Court of Ardenvale instead of Suntine, that I can get behind. Especially if you had a Kami False Hope, unless there's already one in. It is already in, great. Yeah, Court of Ardenvale is broken. This could also return Contamination every turn. We just decide not to pay for it, replay it. What do you think about the Restoration of Agandra? I think it's too slow. Is Blind Obedience in? I imagine so. All right, let's play test. I don't know if I like Shadow Spear. There's Cesar Secundi. I really like that card a lot. I wish more people would play it. In fact, let's just play it this turn. Lol. Yeah, I don't like bogging on turn 1, but it just kind of helps the curve so well. Boromir is a very good card to play here. For each player, you wipe their board. Except for you. Lol. Here's Carmen. Yeah, this is feeling pretty slow. Seven coming our way. Okay. Maybe we only run the good flashbacks. Define the good fleshbags. Not Fleshbag or Demon's Disciple or Grave Relator. But yes to Accursed Marauder. That's it. Fuck. It's so bad because I do think creatures suck. at bracket 4. I think it's really hard to do brackets unless you like, I mean, over fucking load the board with hate bears. Then they matter. Like, I kind of like the Cataclysmic Earhulk and Tragic Arrogance a lot more. Tataru is not the best. It's not the worst either, though. Why is a Dunyard not a fucking desert, by the way? I think I'm going to go with the traditional white board protection or board ramp that's creature based. And then we can kind of move from there. I think we can keep one flesh bag. And I think you keep flesh bag for... Or where's Plaguecrafter? Oh, Plaguecrafter's right here. We're good. I mean, you're right, but this deck is for smacking people trying to bring bracket 4 to bracket 3 or 2 tables. The thing is you are killing the bracket 3 or 2 players' creatures repeatedly, while the bracket 4 guy sitting there with the Thassa's Oracle. You know what I mean? You're kicking the babies. You're punching through the babies to get to the guy. No, I wouldn't run Angel's Grace. I would run Doorkeeper Thrall. Although, it doesn't work because a lot of your ETBs matter. Specifically the Fleshback Marauders. If you didn't have Fleshback Marauders, Doorkeeper Thrall would be so good in this deck. It'd be fucking unreal. Elish Norn. I kind of like Lauren, but we already have Witch Enchanter. Okay. Good. So the question is do we go into Grave Pact effects? How many GCs are there in bracket 3? You get up to 3. So I would cut the One Ring, Ancient Tomb, and the Imperial Seal that you don't want to buy. Tithe is very good, though. You can't cut that. So just DT. That's how you do the bracket 3 maneuver. And then you'd go up. You already have Shajil, your Shelter. Is MDFC type land? You have 4 still? Oh, whoops, Turgid. I like Turgid, though. Turgid's kind of fun in this deck. So I guess let's just axe the Vamp. I like Agadeems. Glasswing Grace, because it's based on her power. Is the Shadow Spear doing anything in particular? Removing Indestructible, making Carmen slightly bigger, and having lifelink. Pretty good. Okay. So now we're up to 38 lands, which is a lot more good. Oh, we need to cut a Cataclysm, too. Ooh. Server, see console for details. Are we broke? Okay, no, we're not. Okay, weird. So, everyone loves and knows it. Why aren't we running the landscape? It's literally just untapped. Oh, no, whoops. Warped landscape? No. Huh? Oh, we're not 3 colors. What am I doing? I would... You already have Marsh Flats, Fabled Passage. I would just get the Prismatic Vista. Like, we're already in a world where we don't care about budget. Ash Barrens, no, we care about sacrificing. We want to sacrifice. Anyway. Arid Archway. Chefette Dunes. Scav Grounds. ID2 type desert. Forlorn Flats. If near Deadlands. And then here's a big one, chat. Get ready for this one. Once again, Command Beacon out. We already have so much reanimation. Big one incoming. Lazotep Quarry. So, Lazotep Quarry is fucking broken in this deck because it's a sack outlet that we can get off of our Sand Scout. Knight of the White Orchid. And then on top of this, we can put a couple of the flesh bags back in. Rankle Master of Pranks is a very good one because it's a repeatable flesh bag. There she is, pal. Rankle Master of Pranks. When it does combat damage to a player, choose any number, discard a card. Each player draws a card, loses life. Each player sacrifices a creature. Ding, 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 ding. It's a repeatable flesh bag. I like the Lively Dirge recommendation. Your curve is so low that it basically gets any creature you want out of your deck. Is there a form of catch-up ramp on a legendary? I don't think so. I don't know if Felia is that good. Like, why do we want Felia in this deck? What's Felia doing that's funny in this list? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it doesn't bring back Rankle attacking, but it's still repeatable. Like, it's fine. Beza is catch up on a legend. Yeah, I know, but it's not catch up ramp. I don't like Deep Gnome, Terramancer. I guess we just run the Merciless Executioner. Welcome back, bud. Okay, let's play test. I don't think we have Phyrexian Tower already. Blink our flesh bag. Yeah, we don't really do that well. Wow, this deck hand is actually mono white, so we can't keep it. That's a 1-lander. This is a 2-lander. 3-lander. Okay, we can keep this. Let's bottom Grave Pact. We don't need more catch-up, chant. It's okay. Dink, dink, Jadar. Use Jadar to crew. Susser Secundi. Get our zombie with the Cade. Turn over. Black, Vat of Rebirth, attack with Zombie. Oh, look. Put him to the graveyard from the battlefield. Dink. Zombie back. Get a charge counter here. Flash in Cathar Commando. Attack opponent. Yay. Save us. We are not saved. This is with 40 lands, chat. Can you imagine what this deck was like before this? Because we just missed a land drop. Again. Yeah, Suster Secundi with Merit Lage is fucking stupid. Yeah, Grim Hireling is probably worthwhile. Although I like Grim Hireling more when he can hit multiple opponents. Yeah, you might want to be on like Mana Vault. Or even Rituals. Honest to God, once Carmen is in the fucking graveyard, you are just like, don't you just hum? You can just reanimate her as many times as you want. Maybe go down Luris. Yeah, I decided to cut the Wayfarer's Bauble because I don't know. I didn't really like it. It's really jank compared to Sand Scout and Friends. Yeah, Savine's is probably worthwhile. Although, I don't know. I don't like 3 mana value or less. I do like Incarnation Technique. It's kind of nice because, like, you can group hug one of the people playing in the weaker deck, which is kind of what you want anyway, right? And then also you can just, like, if everyone's an asshole, you just get back, you know, double flesh bags. Mill 5, bring back a flesh bag, and then they reanimate something, and then you get another flesh bag back. And then you attack with Carmen. So everyone sacrificed 2 things. But they got 1 thing back, but who cares? They got 1 thing back. Make an example's pretty good. I like that. Each opponent separates creatures into 2 piles and then choose the one that has the most creatures. Carmen gets that big. Maybe just Blind Obedience down 1. Oh, Contamination isn't allowed at bracket 3. Aha. My fault, my fault. Yeah, Will of the Abzan. Yeah. There's just reanimating Carmen, or you get both modes and get back like Elesh Norn. It's pretty insane. Yeah, I can do you next, Medic Bag. And in fact, I think I'm just done. I think this is good to go. I disagree. Luminous Broodmoth only really works when you play the creatures after Luminous Broodmoth. Sun Titan makes the thing come back now after it's already died, which is slightly better. Yes, no, Rat Fan. You can't play Blood Moon effects. No matter what your personal creed is, you just can't do it. Thank you, Carmen. All right, Medic Bag. Hello. We have Kyrie. Blood Moon is fun though. I don't disagree. There's a difference between the card being fun though and being okay for bracket 3. It's just not okay for bracket 3. It's been declared. That's just the law of the land. Sorry. No matter how fun it is. There's people who do not want to play against that card, and that's just kind of the thing. Hello, medic. Okay, great. The typical plan is to quickly run out the commander, start cloning to sack the copies to legend rule, to mill, recur the clone spells, and other control / card advantage. When clones in the deck include milling myself out, char belching with mana severance, an army of mere battle spheres, or taking someone else's big creatures with Kaiga. Not a big fan of cards that mill the entire deck all at once. Okay. Nothing above $20. The deck ends up feeling slow at start and is pretty weak against decks that can attack with larger creatures. Okay. I do not like 35 with MDFC. Our commander is 6 mana. Ugh. I see. So we're using instant and sorcery speed mill. Is this a this is probably just a high tide deck, right? High tide's in. Okay, and you have extra planar lens? You don't have extra planar lens? Huh? I don't know why people are allergic to lands, Poetrist. I really don't. Lorraine revealed. Okay. So. I don't know if I like the flash enabling. And, like, I would never put Vidalcan Orrery as the first flash enabler in a blue deck. I would just never do that. You literally have Leyline of Anticipation. It's right there. I chose Orb because I have Artifact Recursion. I know, but why does it matter? Am I stupid? Why do we need Flash? Yeah, I think Fabricate should be cut for Scour. Flash turns clones into Disruption, I guess. I just think we're a combo deck, so why are we doing anything else? Like, let's High Tide. The reason why I made all these snow-covered islands, by the way, is because extra planar lens is symmetrical, so you get the benefit by being snow-covered. Sing into Stupor. I don't want to disrupt the snow-covered island thing here. I want untappers. Untap 2 lands. Do we also have Frantic Search? Turnabout. Peregrine Drake doesn't work. Can't do Peregrine Drake. You can't return with Kyrie. Kyrie with a clone and turnabout is just infinite, right? You can't do rewind and unwind. You need a legal target for that spell. You can't high tide with those, please. Yeah, Mystic Sanctuary we can add for sure. That is definitely worth it. You can't counter your own spells. You can't loop it. Okay. Watch this. Hang on. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I kind of like that with the mill 6 cards, though. That's fun. Opponent's control. That doesn't work how you want it to. Isn't fucking Sublime Epiphany perfect for this deck? 6 mana, counter your thing, make a copy of Kyrie, Kyrie dies, and then return it as one of the 2 instant or sorcery cards. Like, isn't this just the best one? What am I missing? Rare Sublime Epiphany, W? This card's good, Goldwyn. What are you on? YouTube chat's rage baiting me. I want more ways to find the extra planar lens. I kind of want this to feel like a... Yeah, okay. Let's put the Fabricate back in. I mean, it's all right. No, it's good. I like it with stuff like when you can loop it. It's with Archaeomancers. It's broken. It's very strong. All right, let's Fabricate. Oh, I would love to keep that hand. All right, this hand's beautiful. Get ready, chat. Welcome to Mega Heaven. I block you. I will draw 3 cards. Oh, that's pretty good. So I think here, you just go Wayfarer's Bauble. Hold up Negate. Hold up... Oh, you can Preordain. Bottom top. Because I don't want to deploy Kyrie without some amount of protection. Right, so like in this instance, Island, like we're holding up Negate during that turn, but then if nothing's negated, well, we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Kyrie, and we're holding up Negate. And like we negated something, we now have Sublime Epiphany loops. And we can also go Quasi-Duplicate. Copy of Kyrie that we immediately legend rule. And then we mill 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look, let's get back Fabricate. Let's get back Negate. And at this point, we're kind of in a prison realm. Fabricate. Holding up Negate still. Extra planar lens. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of Snow-Covered Island. All of our Snow-Covered Islands. So now tap for 2. 1, 2, 3. We're floating 1, 2, 3 mana as we use 3 of it to cast Frantic Search. Draw 2.
discard 2. Or Soul Ring's actually mana positive. We discard the 2 islands. 1, 2, 3. Think Soul Ring. 1, 1, 2. Sublime Epiphany, because we can just use our 2 floating. Or, wait, hang on. We want to do Will of the Teamer first. Will of the Teamer. We'll create a token of this, which legend rules. And then we'll also draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, we're supposed to mill first. So these are all milled. It doesn't matter because we can put back anything we want here anyway. Okay, we win here pretty hard, I think, because we do have these Mana Severance. Like, this is just so much more interesting to me, this combo line, than the, like, wishy-washy, like, fair control objects we had before. Because before we were more in on ramping removals. And we were a lot more in on, like, recurring. Like, we had Soul of New Phyrexia, Mere Battlesphere. Like, I'm not sure what we were doing there versus now, where it's a lot more combo-oriented. I would like to maybe see Mindslaver, which is just kind of rude, but it's also, like, it's a lot better of a plan than Goblin Charbelcher. Or it's a lot more compact anyway. I could see Planar Atlas being better, but yeah, Charbelcher's funny. No, Charbelcher's funny. If you don't want to put yeah, good. It is funny. Yeah, Dizzy Spell and Merchant Scroll to tutor for High Tide is tough. I think I'd rather just have the first Spell Seeker. Because, and here's the thing, Extra Planar Lens works just as well as High Tide Goldwyn. Like, all the artifact tutors in the deck getting Extra Planar Lens is just, yeah, I know, High Tide is that broken. However, we also have Extra Planar Lens, and it is just also that broken. And we can run artifact tutors to also get some sort of combo adjacent thing going on as well. I think maybe I'm off Mirror Mockery, and maybe we just go up a Mindslaver. But you can play multiple High Tides in a turn. Yes, I know, but once we have the first one, we win. So why are we going overboard? Like, you saw that last game where we just had basically all the mana we need. We don't need more than that. So yes, you can return High Tide. Let's just let that be a thing that happens sometimes and not what the deck's built around. I don't like Dramatic Reversal without Isochron. It also doesn't untap your land, or you're like, yeah, it untaps all non-lands. What are we doing? I don't know if I agree with that. Okay, so Academy Ruins. It doesn't feel like we shuffle enough for Brainstorm to be good. Preordained Ponder's fine. What are we trying to do? Combo with Kyrie. Read Kyrie, clone her a ton, and then beep, 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 beep. It gets stupid. I honestly don't like Roaming Throne. I think it's a little too win more. Like, if we're already copying Kyrie and doing bullshit, then we're just kind of cool. Archmage's Charm feels like a good card to be running here. Just cycles itself very well. So it's card to draw. We need a card draw. It's a counterspell. We need a counterspell. And then sometimes the green player has an Amulet of Vigor, and you're really not too keen on them having that. Yeah, reset does exist. Untap all your lands. You need instant speed copies, though, which gets a little bit more awkward. But you could go like turnabout. Yeah. Oh, 3 steps ahead. Yeah, of course. 3 steps ahead is very good here. Copies Kyrie, counter spells, filters for cards. This is literally the perfect card for this deck. Okay. I think this is way better. The extra planar lens giving that backup plan is so fucking huge, I can't even begin to describe it. Thank you for getting a deck review, Medic. Okay, Dell. Do we have Dell with us? I'm not putting Graven Lore in this deck, X codes. That's the one where you scry X, where X is the number of snow permanents, and then you get to draw like 3 cards? No. Any tips where to start? Thalia Teleportation Circle. That's where you start, Heffy. Choo-choo beatings. No Myriad Landscape. It's okay. I don't think it's bad. It's just bad in the games where you like draw it. Anyway, Noctis. I imagine this is your deck, Dogger Delirium. Yes, you tell. I see. Okay. Combo Sacrifice Toolbox. Started out as a comm truck generator, low power, barely bracket 3, but could not keep up with the table. We can fix that pretty easily. Ideally, you already have... Wow, you are not running the Tolarian Academy. I would be. What to cut? Nesting Grounds, probably. I do like it for removing the finality counters, but if you're artifact combo, you just don't really care about sustaining a long-term game plan. Uthros is just that good, and you should probably be running it. Yeah, Sculpting Steel should also be in. Thank you, Borel, for getting a sub to the channel. Yeah, we're going to add more lands. Don't worry. We'll get around to it. I don't like actually how few colorless things we have for Ugin. And Tezzeret's always felt very middling. I've never liked that Tezzeret. Stroke at midnight. I don't know if I like stroking it at midnight. When we could just be running more counter magic. Because stroke at midnight is really not going to do a lot when someone casts Bane of Progress. I do like Edge of Eternity's Tezzeret. I just don't know if we have the targets for it. Thank you, Kindle Dust, for getting a sub to the channel. I like the Solemnity. I don't know how to feel about biotransference. Yeah, creature spells. You have 18 creature spells. I don't know if that's worth it for the tokens. Injustice, thanks for subbing to the channel. And I hope starting a scam trend. I'm not sure. I can't see. Prime subs, they're very good. You can give me money for free if you have an Amazon Prime account. Okay, we have Blasting Station. But why? What the fuck are we doing with Blasting Station? What's good with this? You don't have Sharding Sphinx? What am I missing? Is there a combo with Blasting Station here? How do you make infinite creatures? What's happening? I see Urza. I don't see Thopter Foundry. Sword of the Meek. We now have infinite creatures. Like, now the blasting station makes some amount of sense. Matt, 96, thanks for the Prime sub. Unexplained Absence. Unexplained Absence is good white removal. It's not the best white removal. Is Shroom too big? I think so. But even then, I'm just going to cut the blasting station. Like, even then, you just make infinite creatures, and then you also just have infinite mana. Like, get real. Thopter Foundry should be in this deck, though. Because it's really good to Gifts Ungiven for it. Let's get the Long Reverse Pull in here. And what's the Aether Flux, like, Infinite Storm combo we have going? I'm just gonna add a Hullbreaker Horror. It's cool because you can reset the finality counters with this as well. Do they not want tutors? I don't know. Let's play. Like, I think a pile of slop like this is just good enough. So let's get Mana Confluence. We can hold a counterspell right now. We don't have a lot of constructing going on. Like, we've drawn our first construct card. Like, let's run the Simulacrum Synthesizer. No, 6 mana Urza is a little too weird, I feel. You should have seen how my brow furrowed when I read that card. Chalice of the Void's already in. Do we have a Mox Diamond? I don't know, and it's $500, so maybe we wait for some Simulac. Okay, yes, it triggers only off of 6 cards, but you can fucking copy it, chat. You can copy it. It's really good when you go, okay, Simulacrum Synthesizer. Also, you know, I'm going to enchant it with fucking, I'm going to get Sculpting Steel as a copy. I'm going to get Phyrexian Metamorph as a copy. I'm going to Hullbreaker Horror, pick up my fucking objects and play toys. It's good. Yeah, Lotus Petal doesn't work in the same way as Mox Diamond. Mox Diamond is the only thing that goes infinite with Noctis, unless you have Solemnity. I would run a Lotus Petal, though. You can do Lotus Petal Emery stuff. Emery's just, like, really fucking good. And then Mirren Spy. Thought Monitor. I'm not sold on it. Well, good for you. You can make your YouTube channel and review decks. Ooh, Time Civ Tivit could be fun. I don't like the pinging. I don't like Black Mage's Rod. I don't even really like Lively Dirge, but I'm a little off on the signets and stuff. Like, I don't feel like we need the ramp there. I'm doing good, Grumpy Dude. Affinity Ancestral Recall. Do we mean Thoughtcast? Yeah, I'm working on the card draw right now. Teval's Judgment. I don't think we want to have a card draw engine that's built around us already winning and doing stupid shit with our graveyard. I don't think that's where we put our card draw efforts. Displacer King could be pretty good. And by could be pretty good, I mean it would be utterly broken for sure. I don't think I like Power Conduit. Like, once again, let's just not focus on removing the counters fairly. Either don't put them on at all, or we can flicker with Displacer. So let's see. Oh, Displacer Kitten's already in. Okay, so Displacer Kitten is already in. And you go flicker. You go like Mishra's Bauble from your graveyard, flicker the Lotus Petal, crack the Lotus Petal, play the Lotus Petal, flicker the Mishra's Bauble. Then that's infinite mana with the Displacy. So yeah, Scour for Scrap. Just another tutor. Horror of Invention. All right, let's play test now. Surveil 1. I think I do want to keep Urza Saga since we have the Hex Parasite. Add a counter, down taps for colorless. Hex Parasite's now in play. Why not? Chalice on 0. Whee! We can now make constructs. Next turn. Oh no, Urza Saga! No, don't leave me. Crack this, point it over here. I don't know how to feel about Market Backwalker. What are the combos for the infinites for these two? Because it feels like they're just kind of here. Okay, Walking Ballista we have infinite mana for, but Market Backwalker? Like, that just kind of feels there. Infinite with Solemnity. Artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. Infinite with Solemnity. I'm trying to think what you mean by this. Oh, because, oh, you replay them for 0 from your graveyard. I see, I see. We already go infinite with Solemnity in about every way imaginable, so maybe we just don't run a card that's infinite with Solemnity and doesn't do anything else. I think that's my argument. Yeah, do you know what else goes infinite with Solemnity? Lotus Petal, Mishra's Bauble, Tormod's Crypt, and these all have additional utility. I have no idea what I just put in the deck. Vidal with an Aether Rage by accident. And Perplex again, because Solemnity is so important to us. Tutors for it. And then Vidalkin, Archmage. Are we on gifts? Yes, we are on gifts. Blind Obedience. Okay, great. Yeah, this hand's broken. Actually, let's play Simulacrum Synthesizer. It's great too. Top. 1, 2, 3. Phyrexian Metamorph. Get a construct. Repurposing Bay. Get 2 constructs. Whew. I also get to scry 2. Top, bottom. Okay, I just pass here. Although I could sack an artifact and get something. I could get Sculpting Steel and get 2 more constructs. I think I just pass. So we can get an 8-drop here. Or a 9-drop even. Dude, low-key thinking about getting Thought Monitor to draw 2 cards. Yummy. Anyway, 1, 2, Repurposing Bay. This can only get 1 or more. Yeah, so we'd have to get an 8-drop if we sack this. Noctis would let us replay Phyrexian Metamorph. I'm sure there's some combo line here that I'm just like blind to because I'm stupid. We could sack Soul Ring and get Thopter Foundry. I see. Yeah, that's probably right. And we could probably could have tapped smarter and got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kappa Cannoneer. And then that gets us 2 more constructs. And that makes Kappa Cannoneer +3/+3. That also makes a Thopter. Oh, we don't have a 1-drop anymore for Sword of the Make. Oh, yeah, we do. Sword of the Make. So now we have infinite blockers. And then we get Bane of Progress and lose. Cryogen Relic's pretty good. I kind of want to just add Teferi. Teferi combos with Displacer Kitten super nicely. And it also gives you counterspell protection. The Unraveler. The Funraveler. Time Raveler. There we go. This combos with Displacer Kitten. So let's get rid of Marionette Master. Hooray. Okay, we're good to go. This is feeling pretty decent. Honestly, Everybody Lives coming out. All creatures gain indestructible. Why do we care? Like, we want all permanents to be indestructible. Dawn's Truce. Don't touch my toys. That's what you say. All permanents you control gain indestructible and hexproof. And even then, like, maybe a counterspell's better here. Same thing with the Clever Concealment. Maybe a counterspell's just better. But they're fine. They're okay. Great. Okay. Once again, do we have late night? Because I'd rather not just do late night's deck. Because it says present, hopefully, but it doesn't say do my deck without me. So I think we'll just make up late night on a future stream. So what does this mean for us? It means bye, YouTube. Thanks for stopping by. And for Twitch, it means we are going to go ahead and raid out and finish the stream for the day. So this is the end of the YouTube stream now.